Hello everyone, I'm Hunter Z. Eastman, and welcome to the news. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more news, commentary, and Reddit reviews. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today we're talking about the controversies surrounding David Dobrik and James Charles. It's been made very clear at this point that the two have engaged in some very questionable behavior. There's been a long list of underage men who have come out and stated that James Charles flirted and sexted with them, which is a no-no. On April 1st, Charles dropped an apology video in which he apologizes to two different people, both under the age of 18, who came forward about their interactions with him, one of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. Charles goes on to offer his reasoning on why the incidents took place, including desperation, inexperience, and a misunderstanding of power dynamics. This apology video came out, and I will have to say, I watched it, and it was not the worst apology. He owned up to his behavior. He admitted to his mistakes. He explained that this never should have happened. However, the behavior he's apologizing for is sexting underage men. And he does claim that he did not know that they were underage, which, to a degree, I can understand. If you're talking to someone and they tell you that you're 18, it would be nice to be able to trust that person on the other end, that they're telling the truth. But when this happens more than once and keep repeating the same mistakes, don't you think like the second time this happened, you would be like, maybe I should probably check to see if they're actually of the age I can be sexting. We're going to go ahead and watch some of this apology because, as I said earlier, I do think he tried his best to make up for his mistakes and recognize that he was the problem, whereas when this news first started breaking out, he kind of dug himself a hole and denied some of the accusations, said that this is not how it happened, that he shouldn't be responsible for texting underage men when they say they're 18.
I think it's time that we talk. In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, two different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media. One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16. Upon finding out, I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people. Later on, when I saw them making videos about it and those videos going viral, my immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset. I wanted to get on camera and film another No More Lies video where I gather all my receipts and all my screenshots and try to tell my side of the story and then just move on from the situation. And now, looking back, that was so stupid because as I did more research on these topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter because I fucked up.
Okay, I respect that. And that video was posted on April 1st. He just recently released a message on Twitter on April 16th. Let's go ahead and read that and see where he fucks up again. Accountability is something I have spoken about a number of times in the past. In my most recent video, I spoke about and took accountability for my part in conversations I had with a few individuals who told me they were over the age of 18. As I said in that video, I can't change overnight, but will over time. Since posting that video, many other people have come forward with a series of misleading stories and false allegations, which have been reported on by many people, creators, and news outlets. My legal team has begun taking action against those that have spread misinformation and or created completely fake stories, as this has gone too far. That's very interesting. Did he not just say that he wasn't going to do that? Especially when in the first video, you personally admitted that it happened at least twice. And since all of this has gone through and has been going on, he has accusations in the double digits. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know that it is at least in the double digits. It seems a little odd that you would say that these are fake stories, this is misinformation, because from where I'm standing, it appears like they're probably not fake stories. All of these accusations need to be validated. However, it just seems like they're probably going to be validated. These stories have caused many of my long-term partners to receive considerable negative feedback, one of them being Morph. I've loved every moment working together and am beyond grateful for what we've created together. That being said, I reached out to them and they mutually agreed to wind down our James Charles times Morph collaboration, which is my only project with them. I've never heard of a company working with a creator in such a way. I understand that James Charles is such a big part of their brand, but what company comes to a mutual decision of foregoing their partnership with a creator, especially a creator who has been accused of sexual misconduct? And also notice how it says wind down. That doesn't mean that they're cutting ties with James Charles. It just means they're going to tone it down a bit. We're still going to work with him, but it's just not going to be as much. We recognize that he did some bad things, but he also makes us some fat cash. So we're going to see how this all plays out. To me, this statement just completely ruins anything he said in his apology video. It just all seems very shady. He claims that he's going to listen to the victims, he's going to listen to the public, he's going to start doing what's right, and then more accusations come flying in, and he's just like, actually, this was supposed to stop. I was supposed to apologize, and I was supposed to be able to just keep doing what I've always been doing, and now you guys kind of fucked that up for me, so I'm gonna bring in the lawyers. Morph also made a statement at around the same time, which is so fucking weird. They clearly planned this out, which makes no sense. In light of the recent allegations against James Charles, Morph and James have agreed to end our business relationship and wind down sales of the Morph James Charles product offering. It is and always has been Morph's goal to create a positive, safe, and empowering space where all beauty lovers can freely share their artistry and passion for cosmetics, and Morph is committed to furthering that goal. Usually, when a company drops a creator, well, again, see, that's the thing. They're not dropping the creator. But if I was Morph, from a PR standpoint, you have a guy who's advertising your product, and it comes out that he has some serious sexual allegations against him. And usually what you would want to do is say, hey, we don't stand for this behavior. Sexual misconduct, it's just not cool. It's just not a thing we support. And for that reason, we're dropping James Charles. But what they say is, we've agreed to end our relationship and wind down sales because we care about a positive, safe, and empowering environment. It seems more like you care about making a profit, is what I'm getting from this personally. I'm not entirely sure what to make of the situation or what's going to happen, because it really doesn't seem like Morph dropped James Charles as people said they did, as Morph said they did. It appears like they're still going to work with him at some point in the future. He was, of course, demonetized on YouTube, but it wasn't a permanent ban. So does that mean he's going to be coming back at some point? I mean, I would like to see him actually change and grow as a person, as he said he is going to. However, I'm not a lawyer or know anything about the law, but isn't sexting minors a felony? Like, don't you go to jail if you do that? And it doesn't seem like anything in that area has happened, which makes me wonder if anything is going to happen. It seems, for some reason, I'm not just trying to say rich man bad here, but it appears when people have a certain level of status, a following, wealth, power, that they kind of just get a slap on the wrist where in other cases, someone else would just not get that slap on the wrist. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't really know. But sexting minors just doesn't seem like appropriate behavior to me. And I would certainly like to see some consequences for those actions. Is being demonetized and losing a brand deal an appropriate response to somebody sexting minors? Because I feel like a lot of people are in jail for that. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is there space for James Charles to make a comeback? Should he be welcomed back onto YouTube? That's all I have to say about that. Let's start talking about David Dobrik. David Dobrik has been going through a lot recently. He's lost brand deals. He's been demonetized on YouTube due to the backlash from many involving his behavior, how he treats people, what happens in his videos. One of the accusations that I really think started getting this ball rolling and people realizing that David Dobrik is kind of a piece of shit was a prank involving Seth that I talk about in a video. You can watch it by clicking the link right there. And then in March, Business Insider published an article titled "A Woman Featured on YouTube Star David Dobrik's Channel Says She Was Raped by a Vlog Squad Member in 2018, the night they filmed a video about group sex." The article includes commentary from a young woman who appeared in the 2018 video "She Should Not Have Played with Fire," in which she claimed she was raped by Dom Z. At this point, Dobrik released a video on his YouTube channel called "Let's Talk," which is just an absolute garbage apology when people are coming forward saying they feel uncomfortable in your videos. Sexual misconduct is going on in your videos. Rape is happening as a direct result of the filming of your videos. And this is what David had to say.
Hey guys, it's David. I want to come on here real quick and address some conversations that have been going on the internet. I've made over 600 videos, and I've made a bunch of TikToks, Vines, Instagram stories, tweets, the whole thing. And I'm obsessed with what I do. I love being able to make people happy for a living, and that's all that I want to do. With the Seth situation, I'm sorry to Seth, because like I said, I would just want to make videos where everybody in it, whether you're participating or watching, is enjoying and having a good time. And I missed the mark with that one. And
I missed the mark. Sorry. I fucked up, guys. I didn't oopsie. The gist of his apology is that, guys, I just want to make content for you guys. I've always just wanted to make fun, hilarious content. And I'm aware that I made mistakes, but remember that it was with the intention of making you guys fire fucking content. Thanks, David. Thank you. A woman just literally said she was raped during the making of your videos, and you're like, I was just trying to make a good vlog, man. I was doing it for the vlog. Like, no, it's not okay. People were absolutely irate about the apology, obviously, because it was a fucking horrible apology. And this is kind of when David started losing his brand deals, when he started getting demonetized, and he came out with another apology. I would call it a proper apology. He clearly realized he fucked up, that he's made mistakes, that he should have done things differently, that he wishes he took more time to make sure everybody was safe and comfortable during the process of the making of these videos. But again, how, irresponsible do you have to be, my guy? Someone was literally raped during the making of one of your videos. Would you not be on top of this? How do you allow something like that to happen? And it's not David that did it. It was his friend. But to put people in an environment where that happens, especially when you claim that this environment is meant to be a fun place, it's meant to be entertaining, you're meant to have a good time. Well, clearly, people are not having a good time. After he loses all of his brand deals, after he gets demonetized on YouTube, that's when he's like, okay, guys, I'm actually gonna apologize now. I'm actually gonna make a proper apologize, even though I've hurt all of these people in the process. Now I finally realize that I'm a little problematic. It's amazing how money motivates people. In his first apology, he said that he's going to make efforts. He's been trying to make efforts to change this behavior. He is aware of it. He's just never admitted to it publicly. But we come to find out that David just has, like, no regard for his friends in any way whatsoever. Because just recently, a few days ago, Jeff Wittek released a documentary series in which he talks about how David almost killed him. They were just trying to make some really fire content. And David had this bright idea to put a crane in a lake that was about 1 foot deep. And unfortunately, I can't show any of this footage because for some reason it's age restricted. YouTube doesn't really want that content being spread around. Jeff Wittek's videos have even been demonetized, and he's simply, just explaining the situation and telling you what happened. Anyways, at one point in the documentary, Corinna Kampf swings directly from the line that's attached to an excavator that's in the middle of a lake. By the way, there's no stunt coordinators. There's no safety measures being taken on this set. She's swinging off of a rope, and when it starts falling down, she yells she wants to get off, though Dobrik doesn't immediately agree. "You take things too far," she says. And then immediately after, she says that Dobrik takes things too far. He swings Wittek around this crane. Wittek is attached to a fucking rope on an excavator, and he's swinging him around at high speeds, and he just stops. And what happens when you're swinging from a rope that's attached to an excavator? Well, when the excavator stops, you don't stop moving. And what happened is Wittek just slams into the side of this excavator. He literally, quite literally, almost died. Had to go to the hospital. He's now has, like, permanent brain damage. He almost lost one of his eyes, and still to this day, and will continue to have problems with his eyesight and brain damage, as I mentioned. It's just, like, how do you fuck up that bad? Like, it just shows to me that, again, David Dobrik made these apologies. He's owned up to his behavior, but it's just proven after Jeff Wittek released his documentary that even if he's not doing it maliciously, I don't think Dobrik is going out of his way to try and hurt these people. That's not the goal. He's just an idiot who wants to make content that people are going to watch. People are into those kind of things. They're into stunts. But when you watch Jackass, they prepare for these stunts. They have medics on hand. There's stunt coordinators. There's directors. There's people who know what the fuck they're doing to try and prevent any of these sort of scenarios from happening. And Dobrik doesn't do that. He's just like, all right, guys, we're going to pull this fucking crazy prank. Let's go. And, like, that's the end of the story. Like, you have the money and the power to make it a safe environment. Why would you think not to do that? It just shows his utter, like, lack of regard for his friends. He has zero responsibility. I mean, seriously. He almost killed someone for the sake of a vlog. That's just not cool. It's not okay. And in both cases of David Dobrik and James Charles, what they did is just simply not okay. It's horrible behavior. What will happen further, I'm not totally sure. David's been demonetized. Charles has been demonetized. They've lost brand deals. And I'm not really sure how you pick up the pieces from there. That's all I have to say about the matter. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button smash like, and as always, I will see you next time.